Hello, I'm Mark Walker. I'm one of the senior engineers working on Trinix NXT. It pleases me to hear about customers who are still using their systems after up to 10 years from the first installation. Some of these customers are still using their original modules, while others have upgraded to the newest 3 gig modules to meet their new requirements. This is made possible by the careful attention to design in the original Trinix frames, giving us the headroom necessary for the modern 3 gigabit systems. At standard definition rates, a digital bit is about 1/2 meter long on a circuit board. At 3 gig, the length of one bit time is only 5 centimeters or about 2 inches long on the circuit board, the same size as this battery. This requires careful attention to detail for high quality signal integrity. Crosstalk, poor equalization, reflections caused by bad connectors or cable, extra long or high loss cables, and many other problems can all cause jitter. These are the analog problems of serial digital video transmission. In fact, almost anything you do wrong to a serial digital signal eventually turns into jitter. This is because the crosstalk into the weak signal is amplified in the process of equalizing the weak signal. One of our key features is the patented Trinix rear panel system. The backside of the connector panel looks like a set of normal BNC connectors. The difference is inside the rear panel. The I/O modules plug directly into the back of the BNC connectors, eliminating the need for the additional circuit boards or cables and connectors used in other systems. Keeping the input circuitry close to the input connectors helps to isolate the interfering signals and minimize the effects of crosstalk at the switcher inputs. This is a key advantage in reducing crosstalk and signal losses between the rear panel and equalizers. After the signals pass through the equalizers, they are all the same amplitude, and crosstalk is not as serious in the rest of the system. But for best performance, we use balanced differential signal pass throughout the system from the input equalizers to the output cable drivers. We also use special circuit board materials that reduce high-frequency signal losses. After selection of the best components and materials, careful attention is still required to provide good signal integrity. We have designed the system to minimize the interconnection distance between the matrix modules and the input and output modules. The longest signal traces on our high-speed backplanes are about 35 centimeters long, with most of them being much shorter. Coupled with careful circuit board layout, this gives us improved signal integrity. Most other routing systems use at least one circuit board or a set of cables and additional connectors to connect the rear panel to the I/O boards. These are often called mid-plane designs. The extra connectors and wiring can cause reflections and other problems. Mid-plane routers are more susceptible to crosstalk. The interconnecting media will also introduce additional high-frequency losses, whether it is miniature coax or circuit board transmission lines. Some other routers use miniature coax connectors to increase the rear panel packing density. Miniature connectors may not be well matched to 75 ohms and therefore cause impedance bumps and signal reflections. Signals are closer together, which can increase crosstalk problems. Small connectors require you to use smaller cable. Each meter of small cable used is equivalent to 1.3 to 2 meters of normal cable, thus reducing the total distance you can go. If you need to go more than about 40 meters, you will need better cables and a transition panel to convert from the small cables to the regular cables. These additional connection panels add more potential for signal reflections and problems. We have done extensive computer simulations coupled with laboratory measurements to optimize the design and construction of the Trinix signal paths. The end result being that Trinix systems delivered 10 years ago can be upgraded from their first generation SD and HD modules to our newest 3 gigabit modules. We have taken great care to ensure the Trinix router provides the best performance available for your system. This enables you to maximize the performance of your existing infrastructure or your new facility.